We have a Bears fan, a Vikings fan. It's Adam Rank of NFL.com joining us the day after the first round, the day after the beginning of the end of the Aaron Rodgers era.
We love it. Thanks, guy. Oh, my gosh. That was so nice of them.
In that state we will not name for that franchise that doesn't even deserve to be observed. Look.
Yes. You're searching for the right words. Yes, I get what you're saying.
I didn't see it coming. I mean, they're a win away from the Super Bowl. They have not invested a first-round pick in an offensive skilled guy since he got there in 2005. And then they go out there and do that?
It is baffling. And I have a couple of producers who are also Chicago guys, and we were talking about it before the draft. They're like, all we really need is for the Packers to mess this up. And we didn't think, it seemed too good to be true. And especially when guys like CeeDee Lamb started falling in the draft, like the worst possible scenario is that the Packers will trade up and draft this player. And then you're like, oh, that's right. They don't care. I don't know. I get it. I know that they had success with this before. And maybe there's some hubris there of like, hey, when Brett Favre was 35, we took his eventual replacement. Like, that doesn't always work. You were very fortunate that worked out for you last time. And as you said, they were a game from the Super Bowl. Why do you not want to try to win?
Yeah.
That is my biggest thing. And for the Vikings, I mean, you guys were out. See, for a Bears fan, even though we didn't have a pick, it felt like we won. But you guys actually went out and drafted good players.
Right. Novel concept for the Vikes.
And your rival didn't do anything to help themselves this season.
So how long before Rodgers actually acknowledges Jordan Love's existence?
Never.
Right.
Never. Like I mean, not to bring in personal things, but, we watched his brother on The Bachelor or The Bachelorette or whatever it was, and he didn't show up for hometowns. Like, I don't think he's going to show up for his backup quarterback when he gets to town either. And he's been in that situation, but still he's somebody who's very prideful. And I know that one of his linemen came out and said, like, this is the kind of thing that's going to light a fire under him, which I look at and I'm like, was he not trying before? Did he not care until you went out and drafted?
First round bye, did they not just get to the NFC title game?
Like, now he's fired up. Like, being a game from the Super Bowl wasn't enough to motivate him before. But now that you've drafted his replacement, we're supposed to believe that's what's going to set him forward. Like, that kind of stuff bothers me. I would be upset. And if I'm a Packers fan, and thank goodness I'm not, you've had a Hall of Fame quarterback since, 1992?
Yeah.
Through now. And I know that 2 Super Bowls are better than none or better than 1 or whatever it is. But the return on investment, because these guys don't come around all the time. And if you didn't have an opportunity to cash in enough, I think you're going to be disappointed. Eli Manning has more Super Bowls or as many Super Bowls as Brett Favre and Aaron Rodgers combined.
Oh, that just warms my soul. And
it's not a bad feeling
in these tough times, and that's just so wonderful to hear again. I mean, look, this is so different than the Rodgers Favre thing, because arrogant number 4 had talked about retirement,
right?
Which Discount Double Check has not.
No.
And then these guys go trade up to go get Jordan Love, which, really has to, infuriate number 12.
Of course.
And on top of that, they get to the NFC title game January of 2020. Look, I can't see by 2022 Jordan Love not being the starting quarterback. He has to be the starter there by then, based on this.
I mean, is that what you're worried about? Is 2022? Is that? Do you think that there's not going to be another quarterback who is going to be available to draft in the next couple of years? And just recently, Aaron Rodgers had come out and said, hey, I could play until my 40s. Like, I could do what Brady's doing. Like, and even then, like, why wouldn't you try to surround this player with his money, even if it's not a wide receiver, which it should have been? Go for the tackle spot. Go try to find something to help him out. Make his job easier. That is your whole. You see other teams do it. You look at what happened, and I know that this isn't a very similar situation, but you look at the offseason that the Cleveland Browns have had, and they've got Baker Mayfield, and they're trying to make everything around him better. They go out and they get Austin Hooper. The Packers could have had an opportunity to get Austin Hooper. You don't think that would have worked? They went out and got Jack Conklin. They drafted a tackle with their first overall pick, which was pick number 12 last night. Mekhi Becton, I believe, forgive me if I got the tackle wrong, but I know they went out and addressed that position. They did everything possible to make sure that their quarterback is surrounded by talent to be successful. And as great as Aaron Rodgers is, and this isn't a knock on Jordan Love, because he could be a great quarterback. I thought the Chargers should have actually drafted him instead of Justin Herbert, but he's not going to play this season. Why are you not going out and addressing somebody who can help you win this year, or unless you realize that last year was a fluke and you're going to go back and you're going to be 8-8 this season, and you might as well look forward to 2022, which I will also accept as an answer.
Yeah, I mean, the run on receivers came late. A tight end did not go in the first round. A running back went 32nd overall to Kansas City. I mean, there were opportunities there for skilled guys. What a pity that there is going to be acrimony in Green Bay. Adam, I wanted to talk to you about the Tua thing, because after all that noise and all the questions, I don't know if Tua's draft stock actually dropped at all in the aftermath of the hit. We'll never know, but Burrow is probably going number one regardless.
Yeah, after the season that he put together in 2019, absolutely.
Sure. Washington's not taking a quarterback after they just took Haskins. Detroit went defense. Matt Patricia, Bob Quinn.
That makes sense.
I just don't know.
The Giants had Daniel Jones as well, so it wasn't like they needed a quarterback.
It's one of those deals where Tua didn't slip. He didn't fall. He didn't move up. He was almost at slot position regardless of what happened with all those injury questions.
100%. And remember, going into last season, a lot of people suggested that the Dolphins should tank for Tua, try to get that number one overall pick.
T-shirts printed with that hashtag on it.
Of course. And it worked out for them perfectly, because they still went out and they were able to move some pieces. They obviously moved Kenyon Drake. They moved Mika Fitzpatrick, got additional first-round picks. And I think that when you look at what they did, and I think Tua is going to be the real deal. I don't think the injuries, you can't play that way. Like Deshaun Watson has missed more games than Mitch Trubisky during their NFL careers. Which quarterback would you rather have? Like, it's a very simple question. It's a very simple question to ask. And right. you look at the way their team is set up. Now, Ryan Fitzpatrick could go out there and be a competitive quarterback this season. You took a guy with Tua who might need an extra year to get ready. You took Austin Jackson, who is a great player. He might need an extra year to get ready. I'm fine with the Dolphins playing for 2021. They weren't a game away from the Super Bowl last year. Yeah. And I think that they really did a great job. And as a matter of fact, when I did my mock drafts, because I always do a mock draft kind of like recommending what teams should do, the two of the players I had were Austin Jackson and Tua, and I said, play for 2021. You'll be very happy with these selections. And I think it worked out perfectly for him.
I thought if Tua didn't go to Miami, if the Dolphins were to pass on him,
they could have gone Isaiah Simmons or somebody else.
But I thought Tua was going to be tailor-made for Belichick and New England, and the Pats may have even traded up. And lo and behold, it's a Belichick disciple, Brian Flores, who takes him there. A member of the Belichick tree, Nick Saban's product. Look, let's talk about tonight. Schefter just tweeted out that he was talking to a personnel director and the personnel guy said, look, this is the deepest second round in the last 25 years. He said 20 guys could go tonight that would have been first-round picks in years gone by. I look at the best player. To me, the best player left is Antoine Winfield Jr. I think he's a game changer who can do everything. Let me say, the best American citizen, because there's two Canadians in the second round. I'm holding my passport. Who's the guy you're keeping an eye on here in the second round, Adam?
I'm really curious to see what's going to happen with Jalen Hurts at the quarterback position. Yeah. A lot of people have connected the dots that that's perhaps who Bill Belichick was looking at, trying to make him his version of Lamar Jackson, and the Patriots transitioning into being a really run-heavy team. Although their Super Bowl win a couple of years ago was based on running the ball a lot with Sony Michel. So he's good. Anton Winfield, obviously, great player. Delpit is another guy who's who's going to get a lot of interest. Teams might be moving up for him early in the second round. We're going to probably see Cole Kmet go at some point, the top-rated tight end guy. And really, you know what? And perhaps the Packers could get away with not taking a wide receiver in the first round because there are still a number of high-end wide receivers. Like T. Higgins is still going to be available. Denzel Mims, who's a player that I really like, that if he was put in the right situation, could go out there and thrive. He kind of has the same sort of makeup as DK Metcalf, where he doesn't have that extensive route tree, but will go up and win a lot of 50-50 balls. So if he falls into the right situation, he could be very good. Chenault from Colorado is another guy. There's some good linemen as well. I know when the center went last night, that was kind of a surprise, but there's still some quality offensive linemen there as well. So this is, and we haven't even talked about the running backs, because as you said, Clyde Edwards-Helaire was the only running back who went. He went 32. That means DeAndre Swift's ready to go. J.K. Dobbins is ready to go. Jonathan Taylor is ready to go. So there is a lot of excitement, and this second round should be a good one.
I'm a nerd who is friends with fellow nerds, and we had an NFL draft pool because that's what nerds do.
Of course.
One of the props, there were, I think, 10 or 12 different props. Will there be more LSU or Alabama guys taken in the first round? And everybody but one took Bama. Who would have thought, Adam, that there were more LSU guys taken in the first round?
Did they not watch the season last year? Like that was that's incredible. And you know what? And speaking of LSU guys, and I know I don't want to placate you because you're a Vikings fan, but Justin Jefferson.
Okay, we want a playoff game. That's fine.
Listen, you guys.
And we didn't draft Mitch.
Listen, there's no need for us to be angry at each other right now.
No, we're celebrating.
We're celebrating. Why are there shots fired? Some mistakes were made. We shouldn't have drafted Trubisky. We've moved on. We've got Nick Foles. Let's see what happens. But Justin Jefferson was a player that I thought was going to go to the Philadelphia Eagles, and I know that the NFL Network feed kind of thought so as well. Trey Wingo, there he is. He's ready to go. I thought it was tailor-made.
And he was on the phone.
On the phone. You're like, oh, they're tipping the pick, and then all of a sudden, they go with Jalen Reagor. And I'm like, oh, my God, don't let him go to the Vikings because this is perfect. And I know that he ran a lot of his routes from the slot at LSU, but this guy was playing in Joe Brady's offense. So basically, he already had a year of professional football in a way. Not that he was getting paid, but the sophistication of the system that he was in with a quarterback who is obviously NFL ready. He's going to step in. And I think that Stephon Diggs is an excellent player, but I think Justin Jefferson's going to walk in and be the number one rookie receiver this year, especially in fantasy. But he is going to outproduce those other guys, even though they might be a little bit better. But I think that his situation was perfect.
Jefferson, Cook, just too bad they have Kirk Cousins playing the football because the Vikings.
He's fine. He's fine.
Adam, this was fun, man. Appreciate the time. Enjoy the second round tonight, man.